ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੈਗਾ ਜੀ, why do people do nagara? Nagara ਕਿਉਂ ਵਜਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ?
So this nagara that we have, I think now it's outside with Gattam Gabla. But this nagara is not just any nagara, this is the Ranjit Nagara of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. Now, the symbol of the nagara is that wherever the nagara is played, it is a symbol of war. It is a symbol that the person who is playing this nagara, either they are the Badshah, they are the king of that land, or the person who is playing this nagara is a Baghi and is standing out and doing lalkar to the person in power and saying that, come and fight us, we are ready. So this is the Ranjit Nagara that Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj Ji created. Now if you look all around the world, in one country you will have American flags in the USA. In Canada you'll have Canadian flags. In Australia you'll have Australian flags. In India you'll have Indian flags. But there's one Nishan Sahib of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj and Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. There's one Ranjit Nagara that Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj blessed us with, that everywhere in this world, from Australia all the way to here in the USA to Canada, wherever you go, wherever there is Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj the Prakash, there is a Nagara and a Nishan of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj.
Next thing, why is it that when I do Path or listen to Kirtan or Gurbani, my mind wanders so much and I can't focus? What can I do?
So, in our Hridaya, in our heart, we have accumulated the fruit of our actions from many, many different lifetimes up until now. Now, all of that mal, all of that dirt, is like, imagine you have a light bulb and you cover it with the dirt all around. Even if you turn on that light bulb, the light doesn't shine through. So the same way, we have all of this dirt accumulated from all these different lifetimes, even from all the bad actions that we've done, or whatever actions we've done in this lifetime as well. Now when we begin to recite Satnam Vaheguru, when we begin to read Gurban, what happens is the same way when you're washing dishes, first the sponge will become dirty, and then it will become clean, and then the dish will become clean. The same way that dirt is going to come forward first. And first we will see that dirt, our mind will wander more than usual. But don't take that as a sign that now it's time to stop. 95% of people will take that as a sign that now it's time to stop. This isn't working, I'm not cut out for Simran, I'm not cut out to read Gurban. But I promise you, and all of the Gursikhs here can promise you, because it's not me speaking here, Guru Khasa Ji. This is the bhakti that each and every single Gursikh that you're doing, it sits on the rasna, it sits on the tongue of the bhakta, and only then is the bhakta able to speak in the sangat. But all of the Gursikhs here will tell you that if you stick with reading Gurbani, even when your mind wanders, even when that dirt comes forward, even when you have these negative thoughts, then till your last breaths, that Gurbani will focus your mind, and slowly, slowly, as that dirt is washed away, you'll start to receive this ananda from Gurbani as well. So,
Next question is, how can we remember Vaheguru Ji at all times?
If we piggyback or continue from from the last question into this question, there are a few things that we can do in our life every single day, or as often as possible, to increase our ability to walk on this path of Gursikhi. One is when we go to the Gurdwara and we do seva, we wash the dishes, we clean the jode, we do char, we're back into the bar, we do seva of the Gursikhs, we serve them prasada, we serve them lamai. Doing that slowly, the mal, the dirt inside of our heart and the dirt inside of our hriday is washed away. The same way as we slowly read Gurbani every single day, we recite Satnam Vaheguru all the time, then our mind begins to focus in that Gurbani and it gains that iqadat. Then, only with the kirpa of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, when you receive the kirpa of the Samrat Guru, of the true Guru, of the Sat Guru, then they do the kirpa upon their Gursikh that this agyan, that parda, this illusion of this world, that we think this world is true, but Maharaj has told us that this world is truly a dream. Only then, when the kirpa of that Guru, of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj happens upon us, only then is that parda, that illusion, that veil of falsehood wiped away. So the question here is, how can we recite Gurbani every single day? The first step is udam, to do seva and do simran and read Gurbani as much as possible. Then once Guru Sahib Ji does that kirpa upon us, then manas ava nanaka ji pura kirpa away, we receive that kirpa of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Our mind, our sensory organs, our senses come into our control, and we're able to recite Satnam Vaheguru, because this simran isn't just something that we do with our tongue. With the maya of Sadguru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, one is able to recite Naam day and night. So, if we wish for this blessing to be put within our lap, we do ardas every single day. Hey Maharaj, kirpa karke ek kinka naam dida do. Hey Maharaj, ek kinka naam dida do. Day and night we do this ardas.
How do we prioritize our Sikhi above all the responsibilities in life?
So in all of our daily lives, we have different things that we do. We have families that we live, we spend time with, we do things together. Then we have the Gurbani that we read, our Nityan that we read in the morning, the evening, and the nighttime, the Sangat that we do with Gursikhs. Then we have our school, our prayer, our job. It takes up a big portion of our day, 8 or 9 hours of our day, every single day. Now, the question here is how to prioritize Sikhi over all else. But I'll tell you something from my own personal experience. Even though I'm just like you guys. But once a Gursikh is able to come, and this is an example that's seen in our Itihas over and over again, and in the lives of Mahapurukhs and great saints in our history, that once a Gursikh comes into this routine of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, when they come into this blessed name or nijam, and they live that way, where in the morning, every single morning, when it comes to those early hours in the morning, it's not like, oh man, the alarm is ringing, I feel like sleeping more. It's the utshah inside of their heart that opens. They will have this utshah in their heart, and they open their eyes, and every morning they recite that Gurbani. Then even when you're at work, you're thinking, okay, oh, when I go home, I want to spend time reading Gurbani. In the same way, doing every task you can, doing simran and remembering Guru Sahib Ji while you do these different tasks, it's not necessarily that Sikhi is always the priority, but it's not necessarily that you're putting Sikhi before everything else. It's that as you are reading Gurbani, as you are reciting Satnam Vaheguru day and night, everything you do starts to become Sukh. It becomes a nice lifestyle that you live, where even when you're doing other tasks, you're receiving taraqiyan, you're getting excellence in those tasks as well. And on the other side, as you're reading Gurbani, you're gaining more utshah to read more Gurbani as well.
If we lie, should we fix it or not?
So, Maharaj da Farman hai, Sach bolna dharm, jhoot na boliye. That the true dharm is to speak the truth. Now, without trying to get into too much depth here, Sat de kai arth, right? The first being speaking the truth, or not telling any lies. That is the essence, or a very beginning step on this path of Sikhi. Why? Because whenever we lie, we deceive someone, whenever we do anything in this world, to anyone or to ourselves, we will receive the fruit of that action either in this life or the next. So if we are on this path of Gursikhi, we are trying to bring these gunas of Sat, Santokh, Daya, Dharam into our heart, then speaking the truth is a very beginning step. But oftentimes, we're not perfect. So when we make a mistake, or we tell a lie, or we fall into a situation like that, again, the best thing that we can do is come back to Guru Sahib Ji Maharaj and do ardas ke he sache paatshah. Bolo, kyunki Pullan andar sab ko bol Guru Gandar, it's given. Pullan honiyan ne. You're going to make mistakes. We're all going to make mistakes. ਚਲੋ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੇ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਵੀ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਦੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ, ਉਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਮਿਕ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨੇ, ਉਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਨੇ, ਪਰ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਰਗਿਆਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਬੋਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਰਗੇ ਪਾਪੀ ਅਗਿਆਨੀ ਜੀਵ ਹਨ, people like me in the Sangha. We're going to make mistakes no matter what. But what matters is that after you make that mistake, you come back to Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. You say, hey Maharaj, mere to bhul ho gayi, mainu maaf kar de. I've made a mistake, forgive me Guru Sahib. Because the job of the Gursikh is to ask for the blessing from the Guru Sahib Ji, but when they give that blessing, is up to Guru Sahib Ji. Hanji.
ਮਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ?
So, without getting into too much depth, in Sri Sukhmani Sahib Ji da Path, Maharaj da Farman hai, Jih marg ke gane jahe na kosa. That after we leave this physical body, because we have to understand we're not this body or we're not this mind. Inside of this body and this mind is the Atma, or you can call it soul maybe. But understand the Atma that is inside of this body and this mind. When this body dies, the mind dies. The Atma goes and walks on a very long path. It's such a long path that you can't even count the amount of steps that it will take, or you can't count the amount of kilometers that it will take to travel on that path. It's written that it is so dark on that path that even if you were to light 7 candles or 7 torches in front of you, you won't be able to see the next step, even one step. It is so dark on that path. So when this Sarir dies and this Atma is separated from the Sarir and it walks on that path to Dharamaraj, on that path for it to be judged for its actions. This soul or this Atma is taken by these Jamdoots, these Doot means messenger, these messengers of death. And on the way, they try to trick the Atma into giving up whatever good karmas it's done in this world, whatever good, if you were nice to someone one time, or you helped someone out, or something like that. It tries to take your good actions in exchange for different things on that path. But on that path, there's one thing that can be of our sahayata, that can protect us. If you read the next pankti in Sri Sukhmani Sahib, Jeh marg ke gane jahe na kosa, har ka naam uha sangatus. That Parameshwar da jo naam hai, Hari ka jo naam hai, that name, that Satnam Vaheguru that we recite day and night, that even when we are in this world and even when we are walking that path of the afterlife to be judged for our actions, that naam will be our sahayata, will be the only thing that can support us on that path, and that naam is the only thing that nobody can take from us. That nobody can steal this naam or the bhakti. कि जेरे गुरसिख होंदे ने, जेरे मतलब पूरे Guru Sahib Ji de आश्रय अनुसार जीवन जिਉਂਦੇ ने, they live their life according to Gursikhi day. Those Gursikhs, they get to such an avastha कि धर्म राय दर कागद फाड़े जन नानक लेखा समझा. That when Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj does their full kripa upon their Gursikh, then Dharmarai rips up their kags, rips up their whole lekha, rips up all the accounts of their actions in this world, and when they die, they go nowhere else than to the Charan of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, to the Charan of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, and they go nowhere else.
ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਕਣ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ. So, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਸੰਚਾਰ ਹੈ, or ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਸੰਸਕਾਰ ਹੈ, this sanskar is the first step on this path of Sikhi, not the last. Pratham rahat yahi jaan khande ki paur sakhe. The first step on this path is giving your head to the Guru. The same way that Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj, they did dharmic actions for countless years of their life. They went all the way to the age of 72. And every year, for more than 20 years, they would go and they would do a pilgrimage and travel to all the Tirthas of Hindustan and go specifically to a city Ganga. And every year they would do this yatra, they would do this travels. But when they found their true Guru, when they found Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj, and they came into that Sangat of Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj, and they drank that Charanamrit of Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj, then all of what they had done before, they received that Guru. And all that they had done after became something. It all became something. So before we receive Amrit Dida, we should be asking Guru Sahib to bless us with Amrit Dida. Bless us to take you on as my Guru and I am your Sikh, and live this lifestyle of the Guru Sikh as much as we can. We just think that they're very good at Gatka, and they often think they fall. They were telling me the other day, if we hear these stories of these Guru Sikhs, of these Shaheed Singhs, these stories come at 12 a.m. every day, we can wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. It pierced my heart when Baba Dada Singh said that. Because I thought that these Shaheed Singhs gave their everything to the fun, the least that we can do is try our best to follow them. So the same way, if we're longing for this blessing of Amrit on the way, try our best to live this lifestyle of Sikhi. And then when we get blessed with Amrit, when we take on, we receive the blessing of the Guru in our life, then Guru Sahib Ji Kripa Karan, then from that point onwards, we continue to live that lifestyle.
अगला सवाल है, गतका क्यों शुरू किया गया ਅਤੇ ਕਿਹਨੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ?
So, Asa Hat Kitab Ka, Bhai Gurdas Ji writes in their Bala that Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, when they went to visit Makkah, they had in their hand an Asa stick. And there's countless accounts in our history that Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj Ji Shastra Vidya ke Janu San. But Panch Guru Sahiban ne jo Shant Ras hai, the first 5 Guru Sahib, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, they kept Shant Ras and they connected everyone with this Adhyatma Shakti. They connected everyone with this energy of spirituality. For Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, they had this Vidya of Shastra Vidya. And it's written in our Itihas that they gave that Vidya to Baba Buddha Ji. And when the time, like we just discussed, it came in Guru Arjan Ji Maharaj's Sabbath, when Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj gave Shahidi, and they gave that hukum to Guru Hargobind Ji Maharaj, and now is the time to create these thoughts, now is the time to carry these shastras and fight in the battlefield without turning our back. That is when Baba Buddha Ji passed on this Vidya to Guru Hargobind Ji Maharaj. And Guru Hargobind Ji Maharaj spread this Vidya across the Sikhs. And this Vidya was with the Guru Sikhs from all the way from Guru Hargobind Ji Maharaj's time, and then they gave the hook to Guru Hargobind Ji Maharaj. That wherever you go, Bhakti so Kurswan, Harsameran Nana, you keep 3,200 Guru Sikhs, Star Vidya, armed to the teeth, on horses, but you're not allowed to fight in one battle. And then Guru Hargobind Ji Maharaj asked Hey Guru Vidya Ji, he asked their grandfather, Guru Hargobind Ji Maharaj, Maharaj Ji,